Good morning, guys, and welcome back to the channel here. A big day, right? We have a massive lip splitter to install, and I cannot wait. So I'm not gonna go crazy on an intro. I just want to dive right into this. There are aspects of this that I wasn't expecting. I did not expect to have to take off my entire front bumper. We did find a way to navigate around getting the screws in a certain manner, so we didn't follow necessarily how the directions did it. The way that the directions called for it was when we put the screws in, we would have to cut and adjust the under tray. We did it in a different kind of way where we didn't have to do any cutting. So all of that will be shared in the video. Outside of that, guys, we got new DownStar hardware going on. I did purchase as well the mud flaps for this car. I heard that they work wonders in terms of rock chipping. So if we do have the time, I'll put it on. If we don't, we'll do that in a later episode. But for now, I want to get this lip on and see how it transforms the whole front end. I'm going to go get changed real quick, and then we're jumping right in, all right? I'm going to wipe down a portion of the car, and we're going to bring out the big boxes, which I'm really excited for you guys to see. And I want to see it myself. I'm actually kind of thirsty. I want to put that thing on now. So I'm going to go get the box, bring it out. I'm going to show it to y'all. There's one other aspect I didn't tell you guys. Since my dyno date, yes, it is scheduled. The dyno date's scheduled for August 12th. So we're gonna see how much power this guy gets out. I didn't want to wait on a Honda tune just because it started acting a little weird. So what I ended up doing was I ordered the Variable Stage 2 tune, and now the car is absolutely wild. So I'm somewhere in between that range of 390 to like 405 horsepower wise. We'll know when I get on the dyno. We do that first run, a test, and see where this thing is at, and then we'll, I'll let the tuner do his thing, right? I don't want to get in the way of that, but we are on the variable one. So far so good. Haven't had any hiccups. No lights, no anything, so we cross our fingers, right? Let's make sure it stays that way. Now, with all that being said, I'm gonna grab a new part and we're gonna slap this guy on here, because oh my god, have I been dying for this one, guys. So can't wait to share with y'all. I'm gonna go get it, and then we're gonna put it on. I told you guys I had a surprise, and I just opened it up, and oh my god, she's beautiful, absolutely stunning, and I cannot wait to put it on. I cannot wait to show you guys right now. So without further ado, it's time for an APR fully carbon front lip. And my goodness, when I tell you she is beautiful, do I mean it? Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, look at this. Look at this. It's just that attention to detail that you get out of these parts. I mean, it is absolutely gorgeous. And the weave is perfect. And oh my God, I cannot wait. So let us get the car. It's time to get the car up. Let's get it jacked up. The instructions said an hour to an hour and a half. We still got a lot of sunlight left, but I ain't got that kind of time. Let's get this done under an hour, I guess, right? But I cannot wait to put this on. Just the way it's gonna look, even how aggressive it's gonna transform this front end. Cannot wait. So let's get this on. All right, guys. All right, guys, y'all in luck, because in order to get the lip on, I need to take off the entire front bumper, which I was not expecting. I thought I could just slap this on from underneath. So for everybody that asked and requested, how do you remove a front bumper? And then I showed you guys every bolt that you need to remove, but then there were still individuals that said they weren't so confident with it and they would rather see me do it. We're doing it now in real time for the front lip. So I will put this as 2 separate videos just to break it out, but this will be exactly how you remove your front bumper. So stay with me. You guys already seen all the bolts where they're at. If not, I'll place that video down below or a link to it in the very minimum. But we're just gonna go ahead, start removing tabs and getting this guy off, all right? So I'll explain it as I go, but I'm not gonna put a massive amount of attention into that just because we shouldn't have to. We've done this a couple times already. So we're gonna start with all the tabs, right? Above the headlight. All of them gotta go, baby. All of them gotta go. I wasn't expecting this, but hey, don't remove all the tabs. Let's keep it moving. And on this driver's side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tabs on the driver's side. 8 if you want to count this one in the middle. And then what do we do? Or what do I always say? Whatever you do on one side, you got to repeat on the other. So here we go. All the tabs are out on both sides, right? See, you guys see that this just comes out There's nothing holding it here. This just comes out when you take the tabs out. These raise out on both sides of the bumper. They come out. You see how this is all flimsy now? Now we'll work on getting, remember I told you there's 4 tabs. So now what we're doing is there's 2 tabs like I told you guys on the side of the bumper. Remember, if you need the location, reference back my old video. I will put the link. And then there's 2 star screws that you got to get out. One is the plastic going into the bumper, and then the other is up above you where it meets the fender. Now we do it on here. Get the screws out first. So remember, after we get these 2 screws out on the 2 tabs, we got to go underneath the car. We're gonna remove all these screws, so these little turning ones. This is what would give you access to perform your oil change if you were gonna do it on your own. And also to your downpipe if you were swapping it like I did. So I removed those 4 clips. There's 2 stars that are attached to this rubber piece that go to the bumper itself as well. On mine, I have 2 10s. Can't remember if this was here. I know I had to put these in because I lost mine originally. But 2 10s seems to fit inside, and we've been running it ever since. Hope you guys can see this. I'm just taking out everything that's attached to this aluminum pan. Literally everything. Every screw has to come out. And then this guy is just gonna go right that way. Sorry guys for that noise. And now, this is where you guys wanted me to show you on video. So, I will show you. All right guys, remember how I said we're gonna work across this entire line, right? Exactly what I'm about to do. Just gonna start popping tabs left and right. Literally just working across this entire line, guys. That's it. I'll show you all the tabs that are removed in about another 20 seconds here. And that way you guys will be able to see all the ones that need to be removed. So as you can see, I followed the line like I told you guys, right? So I took out every single tab along that path. And then now we gotta take out the 10 mil bolts, right? There's a couple of them in here. So we'll get those out and then the bumper should come. There's 2 on this side, or 3 on each side. You guys see all 3? 1, 2, 3. So all 3 of those gotta come out, all right? Let's do that now. All right guys, we got all the screws out from underneath. Now, double check, right? Everything's loose from here. What you're gonna do is, you're gonna give it a pull on this driver's side, and then I'm gonna do the same thing on the passenger side. Just gonna gently pull off, right? Now here's where I like to say, we're gonna go up, and then we're gonna pull again from where we just released it from the fender side. There you go, hold on. There is 1 sensor on each side. So for that's for the passenger. There's 1 in the middle too, but we're gonna do the same thing here. So now, push up. I like how one side always releases a little easier than the other. There's 1. Here's your clips that you're looking for, guys. There's 2. There's a clip right there. That's 3. And the 4th one is ours. Ow! ¿Tú ves ese sensor ahí? Que está ahí arriba. Ese, míralo ahí. No, tú lo tienes ahí. This one right here. Ahí, el último está. Sácalo un poco más para afuera. All right, so that's how you remove a front bumper, guys. Quickly. All right, so now we're gonna get this lip set up. So let this be part 2. Let me read the manual first before we do anything, all right? So we got the bumper off, and I'm doing this facing the bumper just to make it easier. So you guys see all these clips on the under tray? We have to remove all of those. So we have to get this under tray completely off, and then there's some modifying according to the directions that we got to do to the under tray in terms of cutting. So we're gonna have to cut some of the under tray out just to get this lip to fit, but we're gonna start working with this under tray first. So I'm gonna get to removing all of these clips, and then we'll get this whole piece off. I haven't had to do this since I took off the front bumper the very first time and put the PRL intercooler on. So let's just get this guy on and we'll get it today. As you can see, guys, it's already falling out. So this under tray is just literally held by these clips, and then obviously when it's mounted to the bumper, right? So I'm just doing this as quickly as I can, and I apologize, but I didn't think I was gonna have to take off this whole bumper to do this, which kind of stinks. Underneath this bumper, guys, is really scratched up. Chicago streets, you gotta love them. So you guys can see now. Hazme un favor, papi. Lo voy a levantar y quítame esa porción de plástico, sí. Ese va a ser el canto que bregamos con. Plastic covers out, guys. Now we mess with that. Okay, so according to the instruction, guys, it wants us to mount the entire lip without the air dam, or without that bottom portion on, right? So we're gonna mock this up. I mean, it fits perfect. It's just, what does it say? There's 2 clips at once, or 1 clip. So it says, place the bumper on top of the carbon air dam, line up both sides of the edges to the air dam. Use 2 factory clips temporary to secure the air dam to the bumper on both ends. This is using the pre-drilled holes that line up with the bumper. Okay, so we're gonna use 2 of these guys. Oh, that one right there. Okay.
So yeah, reaching over here.
No, I was just using 2. It says, dame otro. Si me hace favor. Gracias. So we're just lining up the actual lip with the bumper on the edges. And I'll show you guys this right now. There you go. You guys will see this right now. This thing looks already aggressive and it's not even completely on. But here we go. So the lip is kind of on, right? It's not fully on, but it's there. What the directions call for is after you remove that under tray, they want you to line it up, right? And when you line it up, there's these corner clips. You guys see that? There's one on this side, and then there's one obviously on the other side over here, if you guys wanna see that. And that is what the directions call for, just to line it up. For the directions, we have to put the under tray back on, mark an area where it needs to be cut, and then put it back on. So I'll mark that up with my dad, we'll mock it, measure it twice, then you cut once. That's always the rule. So let us mock that up. Let's see where we need to make the cuts at. I'll pick up the camera then to show you guys. Then we'll get to sawing some pieces off. So the next phase of the instructions is to drill into the bumper using a 1/4 drill bit. And it wants you to clamp it down before. Here's what we're gonna do. I'll just hold it. I'll let my dad drill the holes while I kind of line it all up. But here's where we're gonna drill them. So if you're looking at the lip right now, I'm on the obviously underneath it, right? So I see 5 kind of pilot holes we got to drill here to get these screws in. But we're gonna push up on it, right? Like such. And you guys see the hole? There's one. There's a second one right there in the middle. There's a third one right here, and then there's obviously 2 more on this side. So we're gonna drill into it. We get the holes made. Once the holes are made, per the kit, comes with screws that you're gonna put in with nuts on the inside, and that should be that. So we're gonna go ahead and get this going, and hopefully this works.
Entonces se le puede poner algo aquí, como es, para que no llegue hasta allá.
No,
Hay que cortarle.
no, bueno, es que,
¿Entiendes? ¿Ah?
que no sé, porque se tiene que poner la porquería esa. Ah, yo lo corto, que se joda.
Ya. Pero ¿cómo es?
Los washers se van a ir por
Es que
adentro.
está muy largo los tornillos.
Claro.
¿Sabes qué? Mejor ponerlo al revés. Así le cortas aquí. ¿Ok? Y lo cortas acá. Dame acá el washer.
So the instructions call to put these screws in with a washer and a nut, right? To hold in these 5 points that we're making the holes in for the bumper. And as you want to see it on the actual instructions, it would look like such, right? Just like that. But that's where it caused, because since the screw will be facing inward, it would hit with the under tray. So what we did was we inverted it and we put it backwards, right? So now the actual screw is facing downward. So let's see if doing it in that method means we don't have to cut anything. I would like to avoid it just because it saves us time, one, right? So let's see if we're gonna save time or not, but that's why we did it this way. I'll let you guys know when we try to put this under tray back on. It's mocked up, it's on. We still have to put the undercarriage on, or the under tray undercarriage. I mentioned to my dad is, I just feel like it's better that we trim the bolts down now since they are facing downward. That way in the event that I do hit something, it doesn't hit the bolt and then the bolt, you know, yanks it all off. That's the last thing I want. So to avoid that, we'll trim them down and we'll call that a day, and we'll see if this undercarriage goes on properly. All right? Pues déjale un poco carne. Déjale un poco más. All right, guys, let's see if this under tray and my dad's idea worked. They usually do work, so we'll go with the flow. Okay. Sí, para adentro. And that worked, guys. That worked. All right, guys, my dad's idea worked. Like you guys seen, right? If you invert the bolt down, you don't have to cut anything on this guy, which is fine. I didn't want to cut anything, and I don't like that. So I'm glad that this worked out for the better. And we just grinded the bolts down, right? That way, you know, if I hit something, it doesn't hit the bottom of the bolt and the bolt yanks off a piece of the lip or the whole lip in its entirety. That'll be a reason for me to cry. So now we go back to putting it on the car, guys. That should be it. Moment of truth, we put the bumper on. Dale, papi, vamos. Okay. Sure. Se ve lindo. I'll put you guys a little closer, right? So y'all can see it, but if you don't see how aggressive that looks right there, man, oh man, that looks nice. Whoo! That is really nice. And perfect fitment too at that. Time to button this up, guys. I'm gonna go underneath first, get all the tabs on, and then I'm gonna pick it back up here. So let's do that. Good morning, guys. It's the next day here. So we ended yesterday a little late, and I didn't want to show you guys what it looked like in the dark, and you actually really couldn't see much in the dark. So I wanted to come out here fresh, sunlight, so you guys can get a visual of what this guy looks like now. And I wasn't expecting to order this, but man, am I glad that I did, because it makes such a huge difference. So I'm gonna pan it so you guys can see it, but man, does it look mean now. And so you guys can see, and look at the stance now. I mean, it is just so visibly different now. And I can't say enough about how it looks. Like, if you guys want to see how much it pokes out, I mean, look at that. And it mocked up perfectly, right? There was no, like, there's no crazy gapping. There isn't anything, like, odd about it. It fits amazing. So, there it is, guys. There you have it. What do you guys think? I think it looks phenomenal, and I am super happy. I'm glad I bought it. Shout out to my dad for, again, helping me out. He loves poking around, but I just love being able to make the videos with him. So Pops, thank you once again. Now we just got to get it clean, because the car is kind of dirty. But if you guys didn't hear earlier, we did schedule our dyno date finally. So August 12th, it is going on the dyno. We will get this guy dialed in as much as possible. We'll be on a tune, right? An actual tune with the tuner. His name is Derek out of Pennsylvania, if I'm not mistaken, but everything is taking place out at Rudd's Racing in Elk Grove. I'm super excited for that. I can't wait. One, I can't wait to get the videos. Two, is my first time ever being on a dyno with any car I've ever owned. I've never had to take it this far, nor have I ever. So not sure what the experience is gonna be like, not sure what to expect, but I'm super excited. So August 18th is when you guys will see the video of the dyno, the run, what the power came out to. Like I told you guys, currently I'm on the Faribault Stage 2 tune now, and from what I've seen, and those guys get anywhere from 390 to 405, somewhere around that mark, 406 in terms of horsepower. So that's kind of the ballpark range where we're at now. Will I stay on that tune? I don't know. We'll see what they do at Rudd's Racing, and we'll see what Derek does in terms of how he tunes his cars. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited, but I'm gonna end the video on that one, guys. There are 2 events that I'm gonna be at today. Stay tuned for that. I'll put that video out sometime later on, but I'm gonna be at 2 events today. One of them, which I'm actually excited about, is gonna be at an Acura dealership. So looking forward to seeing some new Type S's. Looking forward to showing the dealer what I've done so far with the car. I'm gonna get this guy washed right now, and we're gonna start heading out to the events here shortly. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, please. Help me out, help the channel out. We will pick it back up here with installing the new DownStar hardware, all right? So that is gonna be next week's episode. Stay tuned because it dresses up the engine bay so beautifully from what I've seen. You guys enjoyed the rest of your Sunday. As always, go ahead, look, and take it easy because I'm out.